The Red Sox got back on the winning track last night, at the plate and on the mound.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Red Sox win the ball game.
Time to celebrate, right? Well, not so fast. There was no locker room celebration after the game. The Yankees spoiled the fun. Or did they?
We weren't disappointed at all. Now that we've got a chance to do it in front of our fans with the win, I think we all prefer that.
Tonight, 6'6" right-hander Erik Hanson gets the call and the opportunity of a lifetime. The stage is set, 80 down, and 1 to go. Tonight, the Red Sox go for the American League East Division Championship live on Nesson. If everything happens right here at Boston's Old Fenway Park tonight, we could have a little celebration going on somewhere in the area. 3 hours from now, it's the Sox and the Milwaukee Brewers on Nesson. Hello again, everybody. I'm Tom Larson. I can't remember the title of the song, but the phrase is, "It's just a matter of time." Matter of fact, maybe that is the title, but including tonight's game, the Red Sox now have 11 games still to play. The issue of the East Division Championship is still to be decided, but there's really no doubt who it'll be, only when it will happen. Even if the second-place Yankees win all of their remaining games, all the Red Sox have to do is to win 1 out of 11, and it is done. Hopefully it will be tonight against the Brewers. In which case, folks, we'll be celebrating around Kenmore Square a little bit later on this evening. For the call of the ball game tonight, it's upstairs to Bob Kurtz and Jerry Renner.
Thank you, Tom, and good evening, everyone. It all began here at Fenway Park some 5 months ago. The Red Sox beating the Minnesota Twins 9-0 on opening day, and now we're down to the magic number is 1. All the Red Sox have to do is simply beat the Milwaukee Brewers tonight, and they are American League Eastern Division champions.
Bob, it seems like this thing is going on forever. A lot of people felt that the Red Sox were going to be able to clinch in that last road trip. It did not happen. And now that we've got back home, it seems like it's gotten a new life. And I think the fans have gotten a bit more excited about it. It's been all the local programs, all the news shows. It's been in the paper. And it looks like tonight we're going to have a full house here at Fenway Park. I think the players last night sitting in the clubhouse watching the Yankee game, I don't think they were too disappointed. I think they want to come out here. They want to win their baseball game and do it in front of the Fenway fans. If they do win tonight, they're going to go in the clubhouse, come back out in the field, pay tribute to the fans, and go back in and have their celebration. And isn't it nice that Erik Hanson gets to start in this ball game? Here's a guy that came out of Homestead, and really that's the story with a lot of this ball club. So it's good that he gets to start. Hopefully he'll be on the mound if the Red Sox win.
Okay, the magic number one more time is 1. Red Sox and Milwaukee upcoming, back with the starting lineups right after this. New England baseball fans out in force here tonight at Fenway Park. Sox magic number is 1. They can clinch it by beating the Milwaukee Brewers here at Fenway tonight. It is a cool night for baseball here in the hub. Game time temperature 61 degrees. Our winds, just like last night, are coming in from center field. Our forecast for the rest of this evening, cloudy and cool here at Fenway. The Milwaukee starting lineup tonight will look like this. Fernando Vino will lead it off for the Brewers. He will play second base. Kevin Seitzer bats in the number 2 hole. He will be the DH. B.J. Surhoff moves up to number 3 in the lineup. He'll patrol left field. John Jaha is the 4th hitter at first base. Abe Nilsson bats number 5. He plays right field. Jeff Cirillo gets the start tonight at 3rd. David Holtz returns to the lineup, batting 7th and playing center field. Mike Matheny will do the catching. He will bat 8th. And Mark Loretta will be the number 9 hitter. He will be at short. Our umpires tonight, we have one extra one just in case there's any difficulty. Mike Riley behind the plate. Rich Garcia at first. Dale Ford works at second. And Larry Young, the umpire, at third.
The defense tonight for the Red Sox will have Tim Naring at third base, John Ballantyne the shortstop, Louis Alisair at second, and Mo Vaughn at first. Left to right will be Mike Greenwell, Dwayne Hosey, and Willie McGee. Mike McFarland gets to start behind the plate, and on the mound, right-hander Erik Hanson. 14 wins, 5 losses, 4.10 ERA. Excellent control all season long. Only 54 walks in 175 and 2/3 innings. He has struck out 132 opponents, hitting .256 off Hanson. He is 1-1 this year against the Milwaukee Brewers, and coming off a very, very strong outing against the Cleveland Indians in his last start. 8 innings, only 5 hits and 1 run. That 1 run was an Albert Bell home run, and Albert Bell is hitting home runs against everybody.
Yeah, Albert Bell had 3 more last night and leads the American League with 44 round trippers as we begin play tonight. Been a great ride for the Red Sox. They start the night 80-53, 10.5 games ahead of the Yankees, with a chance to win before a full house here at Fenway Park. Fernando Vino will lead it off for the Brew Crew. Erik Hanson trying to nail down his 15th win of the season and also nail down the Eastern Division flag for the Red Sox. Vino 253 on the year, 3 homers and 24 runs batted in. Squares to bunt, doesn't offer. Pitch is ruled the ball by Mike Riley. Vino got in last night's ball game as a pinch hitter, went 0 for 1. He is 1 for 6 so far in the series. Second pitch of the ball game by Hanson, lifted in the air to right center field. Willie McGee moving over, called off by Dwayne Hosey, who will make the catch. Thought it was going to be McGee, but it was Hosey with the putout.
Once again here at Fenway tonight, very cool, and a breeze blowing in from center field. Not quite as strong, at least not right now, as it was last night. Saw quite a few balls hit last night out towards center field and right field that were pushed back in toward the infield.
Another cool evening here at Fenway. Again, our game time temperature 61 degrees. We've got the jackets on here in the broadcast booth, but very comfortable as we overlook home plate. And a called strike on Kevin Seitzer, who is the DH tonight. Seitzer checks in at .311 on the year. Picked up 2 RBIs in last night's ball game. His single tied the ball game 3-3 in the 5th. Sox going on to beat the Brewers last night 5-3, even the series at a game apiece. That one is line foul, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Seitzer wearing that protective face mask. He has been beamed a couple of times, once earlier this year by Scott Erickson of the Minnesota Twins back on May the 29th. Reaches out, protects the plate, and fouls it back. Festive mood.
Talking to Hanson after his last start in Cleveland, where he threw about 5 or 6 curveballs in that game, and he still does not have the confidence in it that he had obviously at the beginning of the season. It's pain-free, but he said it's almost like starting all over again.
His best game this year was against these Milwaukee Brewers when he had the complete command of that breaking ball. You remember Jerry back in May at County Stadium. Complete game shutout. Had 10 strikeouts that day. This is as good a game as Hanson has pitched this year. Full count to Kevin Seitzer. (3-2) fastball, lifted foul. Some doubt that Seitzer would return next year. He said now he has decided he will play baseball again in 1996. Payoff pitch from Hanson was out of the strike zone, but swung on and missed. And play completed. McFarland Devon. So Seitzer helping out Erik Hanson there, going for a pitch down in the dirt.
Hanson considers his best pitch his curveball, which he has not been able to throw for the better part of the season, but his second best pitch, probably that changeup. And as we mentioned many times, he'll throw it against left-handers and right-handers. That's what he got Seitzer to strike out on.
So with Seitzer disposed of, the left fielder B.J. Surhoff is the batter. Fastball to Surhoff for a called strike. Surhoff among the leading hitters in the American League, running 3rd in the batting derby with that .329 average behind Edgar Martinez and Chuck Knobloch. One pitch, swung on and missed, 1-2. Surhoff couldn't lay off the high fastball. Two balls, 2 strikes.
That's what he's talking about when he's mentioning his curveball. He has not been able to really snap it, get on top of it, and get it down in that strike zone. Quite a few of them have been left up like that, and I would guess as time goes on it should get better and better for him, but I don't think he still has the confidence in it like he had earlier in the season.
2-2, line to right field. Willie McGee comes on and will make the catch, and the Brewers go 1-2-3 in the top half of the first inning. Milwaukee scoreless. The Sox are coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Brewers failed to score in the top half of the first against Erik Hanson. Now it's the Red Sox turn. Kevin Kennedy's lineup card tonight here at Fenway looks like this. Once again, Dwayne Hosey getting the call out in center field. Batting number 2 and playing shortstop tonight, John Valentin. Mo Vaughn hits third. He will play first base. Jose Canseco, the cleanup hitter. He's the DH. Tim Naring moves up to number 5 tonight. He'll be at third. Mike Greenwell hitting sixth and playing left field. Willie McGee gets the start out in right. Mike McFarland returns behind the plate. And following a night off, Luis Alicea is back at second base.
Milwaukee Brewers are 8th in the league in defense, 95 errors in 133 games. Tonight, Jeff Cirillo will be at third base. Mark Loretta, the shortstop. Fernando Vina at second and John Jahar at first. Left to right will be B.J. Surhoff, David Hulse, and Dave Nielsen. Mike Matheny be doing the catching again this evening. And on the mound, rookie left-hander Scott Carl. 23rd appearance overall in his 16th start. A record of 5 wins and 5 losses. Not a strikeout type pitcher, only 52 strikeouts in 102 2/3 innings. Should get a lot of ground balls to be effective. He'll throw the fastball, the cut fastball, and also the changeup.
24-year-old native Californian. Dwayne Hosey, a switch hitter, batting from the right side. Looks at ball one. Hosey is hitless in the series, 0 for 7, has picked up a couple of walks. Drives this one towards the gap in left center field. That will reach the wall on one hop. Hosey going for 2. And will lead off for the Red Sox with a stand-up double.
Well, the Red Sox would like to get on the board quickly again here this evening like they did last night, and certainly Hosey has been a big part of that. He got on top of a high fastball that time and hit a hard line drive in left center field. Of course, with Hosey's speed, no problem at all getting to second base with the double. He has really ignited this ball club since being put in the lineup in that Baltimore series.
And he's remained in the lineup. 8 straight starts now for Hosey. Leads off with the Sox with a double. He's in scoring position for John Valentin, who's had a big series. Valentin looks at a called strike. Valentin hit home run number 25 out here on Monday night. Had a couple of doubles and an RBI in the ball game last night. One and one. Red Sox looking for their 81st win of the season here tonight. The one that will put them over the top in the American League East. A couple of ball games played this afternoon in the American League. In the meaningless one, Baltimore beat Detroit 6-3, but in a one that could eventually affect the Sox, Oakland beat California 9-6. Could affect the Sox because California may not wind up as Western Division champs. Their lead to Seattle down now to a half a game.
First time the Red Sox have seen Carl in a ball game. Come out a pretty good start against the Toronto Blue Jays last time out. Game took 15 innings though before the Brewers eventually beat Toronto in that game.
Carl was gone after 7. 2-1 to Valentin, foul back, evens the count at 2-2. First major league win for Scott Carl came back in July on the 6th against the Oakland A's at the Coliseum. Beat Todd Stottlemyre 5-2. Two appearances for Carl this year, 7 out of the pen, 15 starts. That one winds up in center field, and Hosey winds up at third base.
Well, sometimes just the threat of a guy stealing a base will force the defense into making some mistakes. Quite honestly, Hosey was not that far from the bag, and I don't really know why there was a pickoff attempt on that particular play. He didn't even have to dive back. Went back standing. The ball gets by the second baseman, and all the way to third base will go Hosey. Now he's going to go back and tag the bag, as I think he missed it the first time around.
Crowd here at Fenway in a mood to celebrate tonight. They have come out tonight to see the Sox wrap this thing up, and they want to be part of it. Now with a ground ball to short, that will get the run home. Loretta's throw goes over to Jaha. Hosey in to score. First blood to the Red Sox, 1-0.
Good job there by John Valentin. A pretty good changeup by Scott Carl. The only problem is the changeup stayed upstairs, and that allowed Valentin to get the bat on the ball. With the infield back, easy time for Hosey to score, and the Red Sox go up first.
And that's been important this year. Sox are 63-13 this year when they score the first run, including a stretch from the 1st of August in which they've gone 21-1 when they've scored first. The opposition scores first. Sox have won only 17 games this year and dropped 40. So it does make a difference. And the Sox up tonight 1-0 with Mo Vaughn at the plate. Ball and a strike to count on Mo. Now 6 behind Albert Bell in the home run derby. Right back to Carl. And his throw to John Jaha, 2 going.
The designated hitter, number 33,
Brings up Jose Canseco.
Jose Canseco.
.24 home runs for Jose, his last September 12th at Baltimore, which was career home run number 300.
12 of his 24 home runs have come against left-handed pitching. That is a Red Sox high.
Fastball is down low, 2 balls, no strikes. Seiko had a couple of hits and 4 at-bats last night, picked up a RBI. Carl up high with that one. 3-0 the count in Canseco.
Needless to say, Canseco will have the green light if he has a pitch that he wants to operate on.
Four straight out of the strike zone. First free ticket issued by Scott Carl. Let's get a runner with 2 outs here in the first, and that'll bring up Tim Naring.
Tim Naring.
Toronto and the Yankees are playing again tonight. Pat Henkin going for the Blue Jays tonight. Sterling Hitchcock pitching for New York. Sox don't want to do any scoreboard watching, though. They just want to win it themselves right here by beating Milwaukee. Naring looks at the fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. To right field. Nilsson is there to make the catch, and that will retire the side. Sox get 1 run. On 1 hit, there was 1 Milwaukee error. Sox strand a runner and have a 1-0 lead as we head to the second.
Back at Fenway, where the Red Sox lead the Brewers 1-0 after 1 inning. We'll take a look at the batting leaders in the American League, brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Edgar Martinez will win that at 352. Chuck Knobloch, heck of a year at 339. B.J. Surhoff here are the Brewers, 329, time with Tim Salmon. And Wade Boggs moves up to the number 5 spot at 325. Top 5 in the American League.
How about Tim Salmon you mentioned there? How about the California Angels?
Wow.
7 straight losses now. Their lead in the West down to a half game.
It's about as ugly as it gets for a team, and it certainly has been ugly for them for a long, long time.
Lost something like 24 of their last 32 ball games. John Jaha leads off for the Brewers here in the second. Looks at the fastball from Hanson down low. Jaha 295 on the year. His 19 home runs leads Milwaukee. 61 runs batted in. Nice big hop there for John Valentin at short. The throw. Mo Vaughn able to keep his foot on the base. Well, Rich Garcia trying to get a look. Make sure Mo had the foot on the bag.
One of those nights where infielders, outfielders, catchers, everybody's going to have to try to stay loose between innings. Again, it's cool here at Fenway Park, and You got to make sure between innings you make your proper throws at first base to get loose. This ball sailing on John Valentin. Vaughn is able to get off, make the play, get back to the bag, and record the out.
Erik Hanson in search of his 15th win of the year tonight, facing Dave Nilsson, stationed in right field for the Brewers. Looks at ball one. Nilsson didn't play in the ball game last night after picking up 3 hits out here in the series opener Monday, sitting last night with the left-hander Vaughn Eshelman going for the Red Sox. Went around on that one, a ball and a strike. Remember Nilsson as the catcher, but he really has caught only 3 innings all this season. Has played right field, left field, some first base, and also done some DHing. Breaks the bat, rolls it up the middle, fielded here by Valentin. Throw to Vaughn, 2 outs.
Good movement on that fastball by Erik Hanson, moving toward the end of the bat of Nilsson, and
Number 26.
hit that thing crack all the way up here. Next time he'll have to bring a new bat to the plate. He turns that fastball over. Valentin going up the middle, this time the throw right on the money to move on.
So 5 up, 5 down so far for the Brewers against Erik Hanson. Jeff Cirillo back at third base tonight. Evan Seitzer DHing. Cirillo was the second baseman for the Brewers last night. One ball, one strike. Cirillo has moved around. He's played all 4 infield positions this year, but primarily a third baseman. Has gotten 22 starts at second base. Jerry was mentioning last night, it seems that all these Brewers have moved around. Nelson, Vijay Surhoff, Pat Listash has played all over the place.
Seems like everybody in the roster plays either the infield and the outfield.
Mo Vaughn moving into foul territory will make the catch, and that retires the side. For the second straight inning, the Brewers go 1-2-3 at the hands of Erik Hanson. We played 1.5 here at Fenway. Red Sox have the lead 1-0.
Beginning October 2nd, Nesson gets you even closer to New England sports by putting you in the front row. Join Kristen Mastriani and Tom Caron every weeknight at 6 for lively interviews and interesting features focusing on the athletes and teams who are uniquely New England. For coverage of the Old Town team and hometown heroes, nothing gets you closer than the front row. Premiering October 2nd, right here on Nesson.
Yeah, Nesson's been sort of a buzz here in the last couple of weeks or so while they get ready for the premiere of the front row, which comes the first Monday in October. Meanwhile, Jerry, we just carry on here at the ball yard as we move to the bottom half of the second inning. Red Sox on top 1-0. Mike Greenwell, Willie McGee, and Mike McFarland will bat.
Number 39, Mike Greenwell.
Jerry was talking about in the open the fact that the Red Sox really weren't that disappointed that the Yankees lost last night. Greenwell vocal about it, saying he'd much prefer to clinch the American League East title right here on the field at Fenway Park. Greenwell saying, if I could write a script, that's what I would want. And he gets his wish. Sox have a chance tonight to win it before the home folks by beating the Brewers. Good year for the Gator. 301, 14 homers, 71 RBIs. Softly to second base. Vina over to Jaha in time to get the Gator.
And this clinching thing has kind of taken on a new life since the Red Sox have returned home. Every night the crowd seems to get just a bit better, and tonight looks like we have a full house, or very close to a full house here at Fenway Park. And I think the players in particular would like to do it here on the field. Get the win and let the fans who are here celebrate in the victory, and the players really enjoy that.
Been a great season of baseball here in Boston and New England. We've been spared, of course, a lot of the ill will that baseball has faced in some of the other cities. With this game tonight, the Sox will be just under 2 million tonight in home attendance. They will break the 2 million mark on Friday against the Blue Jays. Give you an example, the Red Sox have outdrawn the Milwaukee Brewers better really than 2-1. Sox have drawn 1 million fans more than the Milwaukee Brewers this year, who are averaging just over 15,000 at County Stadium. Milwaukee, one of the many cities suffering. The other was in the American League that quickly jumped to mind are Detroit and Minneapolis-St. Paul. But not so here in New England, where it's been a glorious summer. Willie McGee shoots it up the middle. Backhanded there by Vina. Won't be able to make a play. And Willie McGee has himself an infield single.
Well, McGee continues to hit, especially from the right side of the plate. 360 batting average, batting right-handed. Once a second baseman or actually any infielder has to dive for a ball with McGee, he still has the kind of speed that he can beat it out easily. Excellent effort by Fernando Vina at second base to get a glove on it, but really no chance at all, even if he's clean with it, to throw out Willie McGee at first base.
Mike McFarland, the catcher, bats. Mike giving way last night as Bill Hasselman got the starting assignment. McFarland back behind the plate tonight. Looks at a called strike. "14 home runs for Mike, much of them earlier this year. Home run pace has slowed here in the second half. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. 24-year-old Scott Carl on the mound. Actually, his name is Randall Scott Carl, uses his middle name. Scott Carl on the hill, 6'2 and a half, 195 pound, native of California. Played in the Arizona Fall League last winter, playing for the Chandler Diamondbacks out in Arizona, and has had 3 stints back and forth this year between Milwaukee and their AAA farm club, the New Orleans Zephyrs.
I think some of these players may enjoy New Orleans maybe more than being in Milwaukee. It's not the big leagues, but not a bad place to spend your summer either. Carl liked it so much he kept going back and forth.
Yeah, there's been a number of them that have gone back and forth down there. On the fun meter, I would imagine New Orleans buries Milwaukee.
Could also bury your career, I think, if you spent too many years there. May not last very long as a professional player. We had a tough time making it through a weekend there.
Yeah, stay off of Bourbon Street. Hey, Bill, New York City is the city that never sleeps. Boy, I tell you, New Orleans can't be far behind. Willie McGee with 5 steals and 7 attempts. He's at first base with 1 out here, bottom of the second. Sox with a 1-0 lead over the Brewers. Red Sox lead the season series so far 4-3, trying to win a season series from Milwaukee for the first time since 1991.
Kevin Kennedy runs a lot on that 2-2 count, and that's why you see opposing pitchers making a lot of throws over to first base when the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes.
McGee holding here as McFarland skies it to shallow right. Nilsson coming in. Vina backing up from second base will make the play. Throw to Jaha, but back is Willie McGee.
The second baseman.
2 outs in the
Number
Red
10,
Sox second inning. The number 9 hitter, Luis Alicea. Now, Cal Ripken can rest a little easier today because Alicea's consecutive game streak came to an end here last night at 60. Louis given the day off, and Carlos Rodriguez got the call at second base last night. In the paper today, Ripken actually has struggled since setting the record. Hit the record on what, 6th of September. Since then, he's been in a 3-for-41 slump with all the pressure off. Alicea lines it to right field. Nilsson has him positioned pretty well, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. The Sox get an infield single from Willie McGee. That's all in the second. 2 complete here at Fenway. Sox have a 1-0 lead over the Brewers.
Our next telecast of Red Sox baseball's on Saturday as the Red Sox host the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 2 of the 3-game series. It's all the action at 1 p.m. right here on NESN. Your ticket to Red Sox baseball.
Toronto right now limping its way through New York City.
The center fielder.
Just about set to get underway in that ball game. Here, the Red Sox have a 1-0 lead. As the Brewers come to bat in the third at New York tonight, Pat Henkin goes against Sterling Hitchcock. No score to report on that game. Tom Larson will be monitoring for us that game for us tonight here on Nesson. Sox aren't really too concerned, though, about the Yankees these days. Right now, they've got the business right in front of them. All they have to do is beat Milwaukee tonight, and it's all over. Actually, it's all over, but just beginning. The playoffs get underway on October the 3rd. David Holtz to lead it off. He'll be followed by Mike Matheny, the catcher, and then Mark Loretta, the shortstop. Holtz lines it to left. Greenwell charging in, makes the catch. Greenwell's had a pretty good series against the Brewers out in left field.
Nice defensive plays by Greenwell in this 3-game series, going back toward the wall, coming in, going into foul territory, or very close to foul territory. This ball is slicing away from Greenwell, goes into the slide, keeps the glove off the grass, and makes the catch. Still with that right hand bandaged up. Wrist bothering him throughout the, well, I guess for the last month or so. So the only time it really hurts him is when he has to check a swing.
The Gator is played right through, but that, as you can see, that right wrist is taped pretty well. There's the curveball for a strike. Matheny turned away, and it broke back over the plate. Brewers seem to be loaded with catchers or former catchers, but B.J. Surhoff and Dave Nilsson in the lineup tonight. But Matheny getting the call behind the plate and getting the call here from Mike Riley, who rings him up on strikes.
Well, Hanson not even interested in wasting a pitch. Quickly ahead 0-2, right down the heart of the plate with the fastball and just completely fooling Matheny. He had to be looking for something else or something that may have been off the plate.
Erik Hanson working here against the number 9 hitter, Mark Loretta. Loretta lines the first pitch to right. Willie McGee is there and makes the catch. So for the third straight inning, Milwaukee goes 1-2-3 against Erik Hanson. We played 2.5 here at Fenway, 1-0 Sox. Back here at Fenway Park, bottom half of the third inning, the Red Sox with the lone run of the ball game. Dwayne Hosey opened the bottom half the first with a double. One hop off the wall in left center field. Moved to third on the throwing error by the pitcher Scott Carl and came in on an infield ground ball off the bat of John Valentin, who picked up his 91st RBI of the year. There, Valentin 9 ribbies away from the century mark. He's already hit 25 home runs, one stolen base shy of 20. And last night upped his run production, or run scored, to 100. He's having a great year.
Pretty good production for a shortstop. And still Valentin very, very young.
We'll see Valentin this inning for the Red Sox. He'll bat second. Dwayne Hosey will lead things off, followed by Valentin and then Mo Vaughn. One ball and no strikes. This is Hosey's 8th straight start for the Sox. One and one the count. Driven to center, David Holtz goes back, makes the catch on the warning track. Almost took off on Holtz. Was drifting and all of a sudden had to shoot back and make the catch.
Just a rocket hit by Hosey here. This ball just continued to sail on David Holtz and got an excellent jump, but really had to pick it up to make the catch. Very nice play, too, by David Holtz in center field to keep Hosey away from certainly extra bases, maybe 3 bases.
Fine play by Holtz. John Valentin bats. Sox with 10 games to go after tonight. Valentin still needs 9 RBIs for his first 100 ribby season.
Well, how many more at-bats Valentin would get after there would be a clinching by the Red Sox? Have to see what type of schedule that Kevin Kennedy would have a lot of his regular players on. Different approaches. Let him start a game, maybe get 2 or 3 at-bats, very similar to a spring training situation, or just keep them out for a couple of days after they do clinch and then gradually work them back into the lineup and getting their at-bats. One thing for certain, he wants to make sure at the end of next week, before they move into the playoffs, that everybody feels like they're on top of their game. They have the proper amount of at-bats, and they feel comfortable about what they're doing. But certainly some guys are going to be in for some time off.
As the Red Sox move through the final week, 10 days of the season, people were asking Kennedy, are you going to carry 10 pitchers or 11 pitchers or how many outfielders, whatever? And Kennedy says, I don't know. All I want to do is clinch this thing and have about 10 days to think about it. Evan there with First Lieutenant Tim Johnson. Valentin, base hit, right field.
John Valentin is at his best when every now and then he'll shoot one to the opposite field. That means he's keeping his shoulder on the ball. He's on the baseball. And that's certainly the way he has been since the Red Sox have got back off the road. He was having a tough time on the road, but since being home, he has really picked it up. Valentin only gets in trouble when he gets pull crazy, when he tries to pull everything. A much more complete hitter when he uses the whole ballpark.
He's aboard right now for Mo Vaughn. Valentin at first base, 1 out. Boston bats here, bottom half of the 3rd. Vaughn continues his great RBI pace. He leads the American League with 125 better than the fast closing Albert Bell. Lined foul by Mo on the left field line.
Albert Bell is making a joke out of the thing. 44 home runs now, 5 in the last 2 days. Mo Vaughn second with the 38. Frank Thomas with 37 right behind Vaughn.
Mentioning last night, Bell with 44 homers, 50 doubles on the year, 95 extra base hits. Again, Carl throws the ball away. And John Valentin advances down to second. Second throwing error charged to young Scott Carl in this game.
Threw it away back in the first inning with Hosey on second base. Hosey did not have a big lead at the time, and now he'll throw one away at first base. In some strange way, the Red Sox runners have been advancing the last couple of nights. Last night it was on strike 3 and the ball going all the way back to the backstop. Tonight they're picking up some bases on errors by Carl.
Last night it translated into a 5-3 win. Tonight the Sox on top 1-0. Would like to add to it here in the 3rd. Look around Fenway, you don't see any empty seats. Vaughn hit by a pitch. Fastball inside, hits Vaughn, and Vaughn goes down to first base. 2 aboard for Jose Canseco.
That's the 13th time now that Mo Vaughn has been hit by a pitch this year. 1 behind McFarland. 2 behind Ed Sprague, who leads the league in that distinguished category. So he got him right in the chest. Looked like he got the elbow up and out of way, but right in the chest.
Manager Phil Garner is out there. Don Rowe is the pitching coach.
All that protection for Vaughn is on that elbow area. Tries to get the elbow up to block it, but I believe it gets underneath the elbow, and Vaughn did not look very happy about it. That could knock the wind out of you right there.
Well, Carl digging a hole for himself here in the 3rd. Valentin at second, Vaughn at first, and Jose Canseco at the plate. Big swing by Jose, looking for 3 instant runs.
I think that was the cut fastball that they're talking about with Scott Carl. His little tail right at the end of that pitch in on Canseco.
Valentin off a second. Vaughn with a lead off a first. One strike pitch to Canseco is down low.
Might be a bit intimidating for a rookie pitcher to be in a situation where he's facing a team that can clinch. Obviously, the crowd's alive here at Fenway Park tonight, waiting to celebrate. A little extra pressure on a young pitcher.
Well, the Brewers recently haven't seen too many live crowds either. Haven't drawn that well at County Stadium. And the first two stops on this road trip, Detroit and Toronto are both down significantly attendance-wise. This is the 9th game of a 10-game trip for Milwaukee. They'll close it out tomorrow night in Chicago against the White Sox. Swing and a miss by Canseco. Back with a fastball missed inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's a good pitch there by Carl. He let Canseco chasing that changeup away from him, then tried to bust him inside with the fastball. Didn't miss by very much. If he goes back away again with the changeup.
Canseco gets a piece of it and falls down at the plate.
And it's a little cool here at Fenway, but I didn't realize the batter's box was frozen tonight. Put some skates on, Jose.
Never gets cheated, does he?
No, he doesn't adjust his swing very much with 2 strikes on him. It's pretty much the same swing on every pitch.
Everything readjusted. Jose ready to resume. Foul pop chased by John Jaha. That will find a sanctuary behind the Red Sox dugout. Crowd here at Fenway certainly in the mood to celebrate tonight. It'll be a great night before it's over. Sox trying to advance to postseason play for the first time in 5 seasons. Canseco again fouls it at the plate.
See Carl kicking the dirt. He's got excellent arm action on his changeup, and it's certainly a nice off-speed pitch. But a couple of times tonight in throwing it, he's left it upstairs. And even though a hitter might get fooled out on his front foot, if it's up, you can still make some contact. That time Canseco just barely making the contact to stay alive. The pitch is down. You probably got yourself a strikeout. You would think that he's done that enough tonight.
Well, he knew better than to throw. Bluffed Valentin back, but did not throw. Carl already charged with 2 throwing errors in the ballgame. Valentin gets the uniform dirty, but resumes his lead off of second base. Canseco fouls it back again. Canseco looking for Scott Carl to make a mistake. Canseco looking for his 25th home run. Canseco was on fire in August to lead the Red Sox to a 23-7 month. That's the month they blew things open in the American League East. Change up wide there, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
This might be one of the longest at-bats Canseco's had all year. Usually he's in and out of there in a hurry. Fouling off a lot of pitches.
Runners go, and a 3-2 pitch, grounded foul past Dave Oliver in the third base coaching box. Evan Kennedy electing to send Valentin and Vaughn.
Well, Kennedy fairly confident that Canseco can make the contact, even though he does strike out a lot. Carl has not struck anybody out in the game yet and not considered a strikeout pitcher.
52 strikeouts in 102 innings coming into play tonight.
And it's not like you got a lug on second base. John Valentin with the 19 stolen bases.
Runners go again. 3-2 pitch and one more foul ball.
Like that breeze has stopped just in time for Canseco.
Flag is now limp on the flagpole out in center field. Things nice and still here at Fenway.
Hurry up, make him pitch.
Now.
That is probably a better option there as far as getting a pickoff than going to second base. Sometimes you catch that trail runner not paying attention. Or getting his lead a bit too much, and you can pick the guy off first base. Jaho holding Vaughn on at first base. That's very unusual in a first and second situation, but they don't expect Canseco to hit the ball in that vicinity. And it keeps Vaughn from getting a couple extra steps to break up a double play.
Payoff pitch again. One more foul ball by Canseco. Again, Valentin and Vaughn off with the pitch. And about a 10-minute at bat for Jose.
5 minutes in the box and 5 minutes out.
Call. The long battle is won by Scott Carl, who picks up his first strikeout. Runners not going. Valentin at second, Vaughn at first, and now 2 outs.
Canseco jumping back from his fastball, but it didn't even appear to be on the inside corner. It looked like it was right down the heart of the plate. And after all those foul balls, Canseco caught looking.
Was a 13-pitch at bat for Canseco. Tim Nehring, the batter. Nehring looks at a called strike. Nehring has dropped out of the top 10 as far as the hitters go in the American League. His average at .311 as he bats here in the third. 0 for 1 tonight, lining out to Dave Nilsson in right field back in the first inning. Swing and a miss on the changeup. It's 0-2.
Yeah, much better location that time with the changeup. He kept it down on Nehring. He's got a good one.
Nehring gets a piece of it. Still has life at the plate. Count is 0-2.
Plenty of changeups in this game from both pitches. Scott Carl with a good changeup, and certainly Erik Hanson also featuring the good changeup.
Hanson's had a long time to sit here while the Red Sox bat in the bottom half of the third. So far, the Sox have not been able to score, though, against Scott Carl. 2 on, 2 outs, 2-strike pitch to Nehring, missing inside. Sox and Brewers meet again starting next Thursday at County Stadium. They'll play the final 4 games of the regular season, Thursday through Sunday, to wrap things up. Then the Sox will wait in Milwaukee to see where they go for the playoffs. 1-2 pitch, and Nehring goes down on strikes. That will retire the side. So for the Red Sox, no runs, 1 hit. There was an error. Sox strand a pair. After 3, Boston with a 1-0 lead over the Brewers.
Now batting for the Brewers.
Back here at Fenway Park, top half of the 4th inning. Red Sox with a 1-0 lead. It was a long bottom half of the 3rd inning, but the Sox failed to score. Erik Hanson comes back out again to face the Brewers here in the 4th, making his 2nd tour through the order, facing Fernando Vina, Kevin Seitzer, and B.J. Surhoff. Mentioned the Sox lead this season series 4-3 this year. 2 clubs split the 10 games last year. And hello there to you from Fenway Park. Brewers won the season series both in 93 and 92, 8-5, and it's been since 1991 that the Sox have bested the Brewers in season play, trying to do so here in 95. 1 ball, no strikes, the count of Fernando Vina, who flied to center to open the ball game. Red Sox have 1 run, 3 hits. Brewers have gone 9 up, 9 down against Erik Hanson as Vina looks at a called strike. Red Sox have an off day tomorrow. The Toronto Blue Jays move in here for the weekend. Friday night at 8. Saturday and Sunday afternoons at 1. And then the Tigers come in next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to wrap up the regular season slate at Fenway. Fastball from Hanson, bunted in the air. McFarland can't get there in time. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Looks like Vina that time wanted to drag the ball down that first base side, but didn't really have a pitch to do it with. The ball was down and away from him. Then he tried to just kind of punch at it, and the result was the pop-up. Didn't go down for it. When you're going down that first base side, you look for a fastball from the middle of the plate in, because you are leaving the batter's box a little bit early.
That'll run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Erik Hanson, the American League's pitcher of the month of August. He won 5 straight starts, beating Toronto, Cleveland, the Yankees, Seattle, and Oakland that month. Vina with a ground ball to second. Luis Alicea with the play over to Bo Vaughn, and there's 1 out. Now let's check in and see how the Blue Jays and Yankees are making out tonight in the Bronx. For that, we'll call in Tom Larson.
Bob, the Sox would prefer to take care of things themselves tonight, but the Blue Jays are off to an early lead at Yankee Stadium. Ed Sprague with a 2-out RBI single off Sterling Hitchcock. Joe Carter scores. 1-0 Blue Jays. Games in the 1st.
Thank you, Tom. A game here at Fenway, of course, in the top of the 4th. Erik Hanson so far dominating the Brew Crew. Kevin Seitzer, the designated hitter, looks at ball 1. Hanson coming into tonight with a 1-1 mark against Milwaukee this year, 8-5 against the Brewers in his career. Catches the outside corner for a called strike.
Of all the Brewers hitters, Seitzer's the guy that's had the most success against Erik Hanson, hitting .444 in his career until that strikeout back in the 1st inning. It's at the 3rd curveball, I think, that he's thrown. One of them was very good. The other 2 stayed up and out of the strike zone.
And the one to Matheny was for strike 2 back in the 3rd inning. And Matheny getting out of the way, and the ball broke back over the plate. Here Seitzer lines it foul down the right field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Everything going here at Fenway Park tonight. Great anticipation by this crowd. They want to be here when the Red Sox clinch, and they're betting it will be tonight. Hanson doesn't get the call there from Mike Riley. Looked like a pretty good pitch.
Bob, I noticed you've been doing an awful lot of umpiring up here the last couple of games.
And not too good a job of it either.
Have to get you an indicator.
Indication right now is it's 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. Reaching out and poking it foul with Seitzer. Payoff pitch again is up high. First batter now for the Brewers to reach. Kevin Seitzer becomes the first Milwaukee runner of the night.
One thing the Red Sox have done with Erik Hanson this season is they have pushed him, I think, to work a couple of more innings than he is accustomed to. You know, instead of that 5 or 6 innings, a lot of times this year Red Sox have stayed with him to the 7th and into the 8th inning. And I think that's by design. I think that's something that Kevin Kennedy and Dan Duquette talked about halfway through the season. See if we can get Hanson to go deeper in ball games, and he's been able to do that.
Surhoff with a ground ball to Vaughn. Could be 2. There's 1. Valentin back to Mo. In time to turn the 3-6-3 double play. Sox get 2 for the price of 1. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. 1-0 Sox after 3.5. Back here at Fenway Park. Red Sox ready to bat here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Our game summary: John Valentin picking up a single and an RBI back in the 1st inning to knock in Dwayne Hosey with the only run so far of the ball game. Erik Hanson retiring the first 10 batters he faced before Kevin Seitzer drew a walk with 1 out in the 4th inning. And Hosey again making his 8th straight start has had an impact on the ball game tonight. 1-0 Sox before a full house here at Fenway Park. Mark Greenwell, Willie McGee, Mike McFarland coming up. Greenwell, of course, a member of the 1986 Red Sox World Series team, the 1988 Eastern Division Championship squad, and also played in the playoffs for the Sox in 1990. So this will be his 4th shot at postseason play coming up. Greenwell and Roger Clemens, the longest service time for the Red Sox. Tim Naring goes back to 1990. Now Yankees have come back to tie things up in the Bronx 1-1. In the 1st inning, Greenwell bounces it to short. Loretta's throw in time to get the Gator 1 out.
Now, certainly when the Red Sox do clinch this thing, it'll be exciting for everybody in the ball club. But particularly those guys that have been there before in a Boston uniform, obviously the ultimate goal to win a World Series. I can imagine, and I'm sure these players feel the same way, what it would be like to be around this place when a Red Sox team does win a World Series.
Well, nobody would know better than Greenwell and Clemens. Willie McGee, the batter. McGee had an infield single in the 2nd inning. Driven on a line to right. Nilsson goes over, makes the catch. 2 outs.
Well, Dave Nilsson, normally a catcher, but as you mentioned, Bob, not much catching at all this season. It looks fairly comfortable in the outfield for the Milwaukee Brewers. Not blessed with great speed, obviously, but good positioning that time on McGee and got a good jump on the ball.
I mentioned they get catchers all over the place. Surhoff in left, Nilsson in right. Matheny is the one behind the plate tonight. Speaking of catchers, here's Mike McFarland grounding 1 foul. One run, 3 hits for the Sox. No runs, no hits so far for Milwaukee. That one goes past Matheny back to the screen. Matheny's got to be happy to see Scott Carl on the mound tonight rather than the knuckleballer Steve Sparks. Matheny had 4 pass balls in the game here last night, including, as Jerry mentioned earlier, 3 strikeouts, which resulted in a Red Sox player reaching. Actually, that's how the Sox scored the game-winning run. Greenwell struck out, and John Valentin came in from 3rd base. Here's a base hit by McFarland to left field. Red Sox get a 2-out single.
McFarland only with the .221 batting average on the season coming into tonight's game, but against left-handers right at the 300 mark. Hard line drive that time, and Red Sox pick up their 4th hit of the evening. Hey, the rookie left-hander's done a pretty good job in this ball game.
He had a better fate back in the 1st inning, except for his own throwing error. The run eventually unearned. Ground ball foul by Alicea, 1 strike.
On a scale of 1 to 10 for Greg, I'd say that was about a 5, that play. He's made much better plays than that all season long.
including one that saw him catapult into the stands after making the catch.
Play of the year, no question about that.
Alisea lifts it to left. Surhoff goes back on the warning track. Now will move in a couple of steps, make the catch. And the Red Sox retired here in the 4th inning. No runs on 1 hit. Sox strand their 5th base runner tonight. Have a 1-0 lead as we head to the 5th inning.
Vanguard, Meyerhofer.
Red Sox baseball is brought to you by your local New England Dodge dealers. Come in today and see how we're changing everything. By Coors Light. Tap into a Coors Light and tap into all the cool and freshness of the Rockies. Tap the Rockies, Coors Light. By Express Mail overnight service from your post office. We deliver for you. By Speedy Muffler King, your neighborhood Speedy Muffler King, where you'll never pay more than the original estimate. And by your local New England Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
A little on the cool side, but a great night for baseball here at Fenway Park. The Red Sox magic number 1, and right now they have a 1 on the scoreboard. Nothing for Milwaukee. Crowd is all bundled up in their jackets. The full house on hand here at Fenway Park to watch Erik Hanson and pitch the Sox to the American League Eastern Division title. Hanson so far has allowed just 1 Brewer to reach. That was Kevin Seitzer, who drew a 1-out walk last inning, and he was promptly erased in a 3-6-3 double play.
John Jaha.
Late September baseball here in Boston. John Jaha, Dave Nilsson, Jeff Cirillo for the Brew Crew. Hanson skips it up there for ball 1. Brewers won Monday night 6-1 behind Ricky Bonas. Sox last night 5-3. Eshelman the winner. Rick Aguilera picked up the save. Mike Stanton came on to get 1 batter, a left-handed hitter, and Jeff Suppan did a great job. He struck out 5 of the 7 men he faced last night. Gave up just 1 hit. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Suppan certainly looks a lot better this time around, doesn't he, than first stop with the Red Sox. I'm sure much more comfortable in his role this time with the Red Sox.
There's the curveball, fouled off by Jaha.
I don't think there's any question that Suppan will become a member of the starting rotation for the Red Sox very soon.
They had hoped he would be ready when they called him up. You recall back in June when they brought up Al Nipper, but is so often the case that first trip to the majors proves to be just a little bit too intimidating.
Well, the best thing for Suppan, it didn't bother him that he went back down. I don't think he expected to stay here that first time. And you know, sometimes guys get up here, they have to be sent back down, and it doesn't sit very well. But certainly not the case with Jeff Suppan.
Now it remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Erik Hanson, 14-5 on the season. Fastball upstairs. We go to a full count. Payoff pitch rides in. Second walk issued by Hanson. Well, there's some doings in New York. Let's find out about them. We'll check in with Tom Larson. Tom?
Bob, Yankees with a quick response to the Jays scoring in the first. Tied at 1 apiece, bottom of the first, 2 out, 2 on. Mattingly singles up the middle. O'Neill scores, but Deion James is thrown out after 1. The Yankees have the lead. It's 2-1 New York.
Sterling Hitchcock pitching tonight for New York. Pat Finken going for the Blue Jays. Thank you, Tom. Dave Nilsson, the batter. 1 strike, the count on Nilsson. Nilsson owns or is a part owner, really, in a baseball team that plays in the Australian League. They played ball during the winter. And basically, they have their summer in Australia. Sounds strange, but the weather is nice and warm down there. The Red Sox actually are going to take part. They've got a team called the East Coast Cougars, who the Red Sox have a player developmental relationship with. Dan Duquette saying the Sox will be sending several players to Australia Asking Dan before the game if he had ever been there. He said no, but he does plan to visit hopefully soon. But Nilsson is a part owner of a ball club down there and plays on the team. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I bet you he gets all the playing time he wants.
This must feel like the middle of the winter for him. He goes back there, has the beautiful summer weather, and goes to spring training with the good weather. Good weather all through the summer. And this time of year, I guess he must feel like it's going to snow.
Well, one good thing, no mosquitoes here this time of year. That was a
all those players that head down to play in Australia better bring that mosquito spray with them, or they're going to end up like Nilsson.
Well, Nilsson bit by a mosquito and picked up a Ross River fever, as you mentioned last night. That sidelined him for a while this year as he swings and misses. Hanson picks up his 3rd strikeout.
Couple of strikeouts for Hanson tonight on the changeup. Got Seitzer back in the 1st on the changeup. This is a changeup here to Nielsen. Got Matheny, the catcher, on a fastball back in the 3rd. And Brewers now have to look for all 3 pitches because he's thrown enough curveballs in this game and a couple of good ones where now they can just not say, well, here's a 2-pitch guy. We don't have to worry about the curveball. Thrown a couple for strikes, so you can start thinking about that again.
That's Cirillo. You saw the graphics, struggling at the plate, 4 for 31. On this road trip, fouled out to Mo Vaughn at first base back in the 2nd inning.
Almost everybody in this Milwaukee lineup has had a very, very difficult long road trip. Really, the best hitter has been Fernando Vina, their leadoff hitter on this current trip.
Brewers lost 2 out of 3 in Detroit, 2 out of 3 in Toronto, have split the first 2 games here in Boston. Overall, they've lost 16 of their last 21 games. They were in contention for the wild card, but have pretty much dropped out of things. Chopper toward short. Valentin a little flip to Alicea. Alicea to Vaughn, not in time. Vaughn didn't hold on to the ball anyway, but Cirillo had it beaten. He's safe on the fielder's choice. Jaha forced out at 2nd base.
Tough double play to complete for those middle infielders because Valentin has to charge the ball so far in. Gives a nice underhand flip to Alicea, who gets rid of it before the slide, but couldn't quite get enough on it to beat Cirillo down that line. That's one flip there. You always expect a bad flip from the shortstop because he's working away from you. That was an excellent play by John Valentin.
Two outs in the Milwaukee 5th inning, and here's David Holtz, who has not been a Red Sox killer in the past.
Seven stolen bases for Cirillo. Been thrown out twice.
Holtz lined to Greenwell in left field back in the 3rd. Swing and a miss.
There it is again. That's the curveball. That's about 6 now, and 3 of them have been very good.
Well, Hanson so far is throwing Holtz the changeup, followed by the curveball. Has him on the hip 0-2. Fastball just missed. So Holtz standing there figuring, now what am I going to get?
As soon as he throws his pitch, Bob, I'll let you know. Gonna get a bad curveball.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Brewers have Cirillo at first base with 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning. Red Sox have the lead 1-0.
Not a bad pitch for Cirillo to go on the 2-2 count with 2 outs.
Fastball. Rounded slowly towards second. Alicea has to hurry and just does get the speedy Holtz at first base with a little underhanded flip. That retires the Brewers. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left. We played half a ball game. 4.5 innings here at Fenway. Sox lead the Brew Crew 1-0. What did Alicea line out? Bottom half of the 5th inning here at Fenway Park. Trying to check Jerry's score. What's Alicea do to end last inning?
Flew to left field.
All right. They had a hold on the scorecard. While I fill that in, we'll check the out-of-town scores. Yankees still lead Toronto 2-1 in the second. Kansas City hanging in there in the wild card chase with a 1-0 lead over the Twins. Cleveland, I don't know whether they'll lose another game in the regular season. California certainly losing its share. 7 in a row now as they drop that decision to Oakland this afternoon. And Baltimore won at Detroit. Texas, Seattle, a big ball game tonight. In the National League, Cincinnati over Montreal 5-2. Houston and Chicago, a couple of wild card battlers. Florida's been playing very good ball as of late. The Mets and the Braves are tied 1-1 in the 3rd. Pirates and St. Louis 2-2 in the 4th. Tonight, Colorado plays at San Diego. And San Francisco will be at Los Angeles. That brings you up to date on the happenings around Major League Baseball. Here it's 1-0 Sox. Dwayne Hosey leads off an inning for the 3rd time tonight. Looks like a called strike. Hosey led the ball game with a double. One hop off the wall in left center field. Moved to 3rd on the throwing error by Scott Carl, who tried to pick him off, and then came home on John Valentin's ground ball to shortstop. That is the difference in the ball game. Scott Carl deals 1-1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now the count on Hosey. Came here to the Sox on August 31st, is eligible for postseason play, and is certainly making some noise to win a roster spot. Drives this one to left center. Solid base hit. Scooting over after it is David Holtz. Hosey, a wide turn at first base and will hold with a leadoff single.
Well, the way that Hosey has played since being put in the lineup by Kennedy has certainly been limited playing time for Lee Tinsley. Tinsley coming off of the disabled list and struggling quite a bit. Hosey steps in and he's just doing everything. Getting plenty of base hits, and a lot of them from the right side of the plate. He's going hard right out of the box, thinking about a double. When he sees that outfielder go to his right, he's thinking about 2, but quickly Hulse gets it back in and holds Hosey to the single. 4 stolen bases, not yet been thrown out.
John Valentin is the hitter. Valentin looks at a pitch up high. 1 ball to no strikes. One and 1 to count on John. Two balls and a strike. Red Sox have 1 run, 5 hits, a 1-0 lead over the Brewers. Hosey held by John Jaha at first base. Valentin looks at ball 3. Sox have had a base runner in at least 1 base runner in every inning. They've stranded 5 runners so far through their first 4 at-bats. Have Hosey aboard leading off the 5th. 3-1 pitch. Runner goes down low for ball 4. And the Red Sox have 2 aboard here with nobody out and Mo Vaughn coming to the plate.
Well, 3rd time around now for Red Sox hitters against the rookie. Mentioned the first time that they have faced Carl this season. Let's see if they put together some better at-bats than they have up to this point. Don Rowe, pitching coach for the Milwaukee Brewers, coming out to have a conversation with his young left-hander as they start to get some activity in the bullpen. It's like Rob Dibble starting to loosen up out in that Milwaukee bullpen. There's Dibble.
hardest throwers in baseball warming up for the Brewers. First activity in the Brewer bullpen tonight.
Strange to see Dibble warming up at this time of the game because he is with Cincinnati. Last inning or so as a closer. This year starting out with Chicago White Sox. He was involved in a lot of the bad feeling between the White Sox and the Brewers. As a matter of fact, was suspension when he joined the Milwaukee Brewers.
Good spot for Bo Vaughn. 2 aboard, nobody out. Ground ball, base hit left field. Rounding third is Hosey. He'll be held there by Dave Oliver. Ball got loose, and then Hosey had ideas of going home. Sherhoff, though, quickly picked it up, and Hosey thinks better of it, and the Sox have loaded the bases with nobody out for Jose Canseco.
It's certainly the right call by Dave Oliver, the third base coach. With nobody out, you don't want to take any chances of getting that man thrown out at home plate. It was a good job of charging the ball by Sherhoff. One thing that Oliver didn't know he was going to do was bobble the ball. But better safe than sorry, especially with nobody out and your cleanup hitter coming to the plate.
Well, the sacks are loaded. Hosey at third base. John Valentin down at second, and Mo Vaughn over at first. Sox trying to break open a 1-0 ball game. And just the man to do it is Jose Canseco, who had a long at bat his last trip in the third inning. 13 pitches. Scott Carl finally won the battle. Got Canseco looking. So here's the rematch. Called strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Waste a fastball away. Not quite the full Canseco shift. Fernando Vina still located on the right side of the infield, but pulled over the back of the second base bat. Pitch to Canseco. Round ball up the middle. Loretta at shortstop makes the play. There's one. Canseco beats the relay. He's safe to first base. Hosey comes in to score, and the Red Sox have a 2-0 lead. Canseco picks up an RBI. Valentin moves to third in the play.
It should have been a double play for the young left-hander. I don't know what Vina was doing at second base. Certainly looked like the shortstop Loretta was going to make an easy play on this ground ball. For some reason, Vina is backing him up. Now, by the time Loretta gets it back in gear, he's got a long way to go, and they cannot complete the double play. That's a break there for the Red Sox. I just see Vina, the second baseman, not knowing where his shortstop was playing.
Hosey scores for the second time tonight. Phil Garner's crew down 2-0 now. Valentin at third, Canseco at first, one out, and Tim Naring at the plate. Fastball outside corner. One strike to count on Naring, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Naring has lined to right and struck out swinging. Fooled on that pitch. It's 0-2. And Valentin's at third, and Jose Canseco located over at first base. Ground ball up the middle, could be 2. There's 1. This time they're able to turn the double play. Loretta to Vina, back to Jaha. And 1 run is all the Sox will get. We've completed 5 here at Fenway. Sox 2, the Brewers no score.
Let's take a look at the wild card race brought to you by Speedy Brake in Muffalo, where you can get a brake warranty twice as long as most others. Seattle on top in the American League. Yankees a game behind. Kansas City 2.5, Texas 3, and Oakland 4.5. And in National League, the Dodgers will trail Colorado. They are on top in that wild card race. Houston, Philadelphia 4.5, Chicago 4.5, San Diego 5, and San Francisco 6.5 back with a 63-69 record.
Yeah, the interesting thing is you look at that wild card, Seattle with the lead in the American League, and with a win tonight against the Texas Rangers, the Mariners can actually tie the California Angels for the Western Division lead. Angels in danger of not only blowing the Western Division championship, but they may not win the wild card either. They may find themselves completely on the outside looking in as the playoffs get underway. Sox trying to clinch a spot in the playoffs tonight, have a 2-0 lead now as Erik Hanson goes to work against the Brewers here in the 6th inning. Mike Matheny to lead things off, and he looks at a called strike. That bottom of the 5th could have been bigger for the Sox as they loaded the bases with nobody out, have to settle for just the 1 run. And Naring hitting into the inning-ending double play. There's the curve that doesn't do anything again. A ball and a strike.
Almost like 1 good one, 1 bad one, and another good one. That one not a good one. Just kind of slipped out of the hand of Hanson.
1-1 fastball is up high. Matheny called out on strikes. Mentioned he had 4 pass balls last night. The American League record 6. The Trolley of Texas back in '87. This one driven on a line to center. Hosey won't get this one. It'll go all the way to the wall. Matheny goes into second with a stand-up double. That is the first hit tonight for the Milwaukee Brewers.
The fans give a nice round of applause to Erik Hanson after allowing his first hit. It looked like Hosey in center field misread this ball. He was coming in hard towards it and had to quickly go back. By the time he did that, he could not make the play on it. Looks like the wrong direction was coming in instead of going across or back for it. Gets by him, and Matheny has the double. First hit of the night for Milwaukee.
Number 9 hitter, the shortstop Mark Loretta will be the batter. Checked in with third base coach Duffy Dyer. Loretta, one of a long list of major leaguers who at one time played on the Cape, playing at Falmouth. Spent all of this year actually at New Orleans. Numbers there, the .286 average. Called up to Milwaukee here in September after the AAA season over. Looks at ball 1.
You'd be surprised Dyer telling him he's a young player. Even though you're down by a couple of runs, try to move the ball to the right side, at least advance the runner. Maybe you'll get the base hit. Certainly that swing there was designed to try to do just that. Kind of an inside out. Watch the hands come in for Loretta, trying to move that ball to the right side of the field. Fouls it off.
1-1 pitch, drives it to right field on a line. Willie McGee makes the catch.
Not the right idea by Loretta, except he got the ball in the air and not deep enough to allow Matheny to tag at second base and get to third. But it was Duffy Dyer clapping his hands for him. At least it was the right idea. Tried to do the right thing. Just didn't get the job done because of the fly ball.
Well, Matheny remains at second now with 1 out. Top of the order we go. Fernando Vina, the second baseman, the batter. Hanson starts him off with strike 1. Vina has flied to center and grounded to Alisei at second base. Brewers have had 3 base runners tonight. Matheny on at second now with a double, and then earlier in the ball game, both Seitzer and John Jaha able to reach via the base on balls. Vina to left field. Greenwell shy of the warning track, makes the catch. 2 outs.
The designated hitter, number 20, Kevin Seitzer.
Well, the Brewers get a leadoff double from Matheny. He's still at second base now. 2 outs later, Kevin Seitzer, who leads the Brewers in RBIs, will be the batter. He has struck out and walked tonight. Nice block that time by McFarland. 1 ball, no strikes.
Guy like Erik Hanson will keep McFarland busy behind the plate. We always think of Wakefield with the knuckleball, but Hanson, a guy who will snap off the curveball and throw a lot of changeups, also will bounce a lot of balls, and that will keep McFarland busy.
Missed away. 2-0 the count. Driven on a line to right. Willie McGee goes over. McGee can't get it. Gets behind him. Rolls into the right field corner. Scoring on the play is Matheny. Rounding second now. And heading to third will be Seitzer. He will go in with a stand-up 3-bagger. And the Brewers right back in the ball game. It's 2-1 with a tying run 90 feet away.
Almost a great play by Willie McGee. This ball coming off the bat of Seitzer, the right-handed hitter, is going to slice away from McGee. He'll put the charge on it. He'll go into the dive and just can't quite get it. He has to hustle back up and chase this ball down, because here at right field at Fenway Park, if you don't do that, there's a pretty good chance of an inside the park home run. Matheny comes across to score the first run, and Seitzer ends up on third base.
2 outs here in the Brewers' 6th inning. B.J. Surhoff at the plate. Surhoff looks at ball 1. Sox lead back to a single run again. And the Brewers threatening to tie the score. Fastball to Surhoff, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Easy thing to say about McGee is, well, you could play it safe, just let him get the 1 run and keep Seitzer first base with a single. But when you're committed on a line drive like that, tailing away from you, it's awful tough not to go into that dive.
Farland saving a run with a block there. 2-1 the count.
McFarland busy again in this inning, blocking the ball, keeping Seitzer at third base.
Surhoff with a line drive foul. And the seats down the right field line. Count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Surhoff lined out to McGee in the first inning, hit into a 3-6-3 inning-ending double play in the 4th. Hanson deals 2-2. Surhoff fights it off. Run 6 hits for the Red Sox. 1 run, 2 hits for the Brewers. Count of 2 balls, 2 strikes on B.J. Surhoff. Surhoff line drive, base hit, center field. The ball game's tied. In to score comes Seitzer. We're tied 2-2.
Hanson tried the changeup, but he left it upstairs. And when you leave the changeup up high, about letter high, most of the time hitters are going to get some pretty solid contact against it. B.J. Surhoff to center field, and all of a sudden this game is tied up.
Brewers coming up with a pair here in the 6th inning. John Jaha, the batter, looks for the fastball down low. Al Nipper, the Red Sox pitching coach, sprinting out of the dugout to chat with Erik Hanson. Nick McFarland will join the conversation on the mound. Red Sox got a 1-0 lead in the first inning. John Valentin's ground ball to short, scoring Dwayne Hosey. Added another one in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jose Canseco's Ground ball too short that forced move one at second base, brought in the second run of the game. But the Brewers have come up with 2 here in the 6th to tie it. Jaha sends it foul.
Nippev saying something to Hanson about focusing again down in the strike zone. A couple of pitches in this inning, particularly the last couple of batters, have been up high. It was the high changeup that B.J. Surhoff got the base hit on.
Hot shot off of Hanson. That winds up into right field. Jaha safe at first, moving over to third base now is Surhoff. Surhoff will be held there by Duffy Dyer. That will be a double. A rocket up the middle right off of Erik Hanson. That'll bring Jim Rowe, the Red Sox trainer, out of the dugout along with manager Kevin Kennedy. That was a bullet.
That ball hit Hanson so hard off the knee, is somewhere around the knee, that it ricocheted all the way past first base and down that first base line. Unfortunately, it hit him on the right knee. If it was the left knee, at least he'd have that padding from the brace that he wears. Right on the follow through, right up in that knee area, and wow, he is in pain right away. How far the ball goes after deflecting off Hanson. Willie McGee has to chase it down in right field. Surhoff has to hold up at third base. That is the push-off leg for Erik Hanson on the follow-through. He kind of swings it around in front of him, and that's where he caught the line drive. You see that left knee, how it's all bandaged up. That's the brace that he's been wearing since day 1 of this season, last year having the knee operation.
One that cut his season short when he was at Cincinnati.
It's almost better to get going right away, because the longer you wait and the longer this goes, the more that thing's going to stiffen up and hurt.
Hanson's going to stay in the ball game. Hanson, who had not given up a hit through the first 5. Brewers have 4 off him here in the 6th inning.
Dale Cormier quickly up and loosening up for the Red Sox.
Number 11, right fielder.
The Brewers now, after that play, have Surhoff at third base, John Jaha down at second. So second and third with 2 outs, 2 in for Milwaukee here in the 6th to tie the ball game. Dave Nilsson, the 7th man that the Brewers will send to the plate this inning. Nilsson looks at a called strike. Squared to bunt, doesn't offer, pitch ruled a ball, 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Fly ball left field, should end the inning. Mike Greenwell is there, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. But the Brewers get a couple of runs in the inning on 4 hits. Leaves Surhoff stranded at third and Jaha down at second. It's 2-2 after 5 1/2.
The Bruins are back in action with a new look and a new head coach. Nesson continued his preseason coverage on Friday night at 10:30 live from Anaheim. Join Dale Arnold, Gord Kluzak, and Brenda Brennan for all the exciting action right here on Nesson.
Now the Red Sox, who jumped to a 1-0 lead in the first, made it 2-0 in the 5th, now face a tie ball game as they come to bat here, bottom half of the 6th inning. Mike Greenwell, Willie McGee, and Mike McFarland. Sox trying to advance to postseason play for the first time in 5 seasons. Right back up the middle, flagged down by Carl, gets Greenwell at first base. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now you've got to give Scott Carl some credit in this game. Red Sox had the bases loaded last inning, nobody out. They only get the 1 run out of it. It's a very impressive ball game for a rookie, and I would say a precious situation.
Sox have had at least one base runner in every inning. They've stranded 6 thus far as Willie McGee swings and misses. Brewers have not been among the leading teams in the American League the last couple of seasons, but they certainly have given the Red Sox more than their share of problems as McGee looks at strike 2. Milwaukee has won 3 of the 4 meetings between themselves and the Red Sox here at Fenway Park this year. 1-2 the count on McGee. McGee, of course, a veteran of postseason play. With the Cardinals in '85, with the Cardinals in 1987. Flag down. Nice play by Fernando Vina, showing some range to get Willie McGee. 2 up, 2 down.
Vina doing a nice job. A second baseman certainly can go back on that outfield grass to increase his range and try to play the good hop, and exactly what the Brewers second baseman did that time. Ball hit pretty well by Willie McGee. A changeup that was up again. You see how Vina goes back on that outfield grass, plays the good hop, and plenty of time to throw out McGee at first base.
Mike McFarland, the batter, a swing and a miss. McFarland is 1 for 2 tonight. Had a 2-out single in the 4th inning. Sox have out hit the Brewers tonight 6-4. Score tied at 2. Mentioning McGee was a member of the St. Louis Cardinal World Championship team that beat Milwaukee back in 1982. That was Milwaukee's last trip to the postseason. None of the current Brewers even remotely close to being connected with that ball club. That was the wall bangers of Harvey Keene, Norman Thomas era. Rockin' Robin Yount, Raleigh Fingers, the artist in the bullpen, is fouled off by McFarland. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Farland doesn't bite. Count goes full.
And the 2 runs by the Brewers in the top of the 6th inning kind of quieted this crowd down here at Fenway Park.
Payoff pitch here from Scott Carl. Deep in the hole at short. Tough play. Loretta, long throw. Big stretch by Jaha. Nice play on both ends to get McFarland. Sox for the first time tonight go 3 up and 3 down. We've played 5 1/2 here at Fenway. Tied at 2. Back here at Fenway Park, we've completed 6 now as we move to the top half of the 7th inning. Ball game tied 2-2. Erik Hanson hit by that rocket up the middle last inning. Off the bat of John Jaha, replaced now, and Real Cormier takes his place on the mound.
Appearance number 44 on the season for Cormier. A record of 6 wins and 5 losses. 4.15 ERA. He last worked on September the 16th. That was in Cleveland, a game that Clemens worked in. He picked up Clemens in the 6th inning with 1 on and 1 out. The Red Sox down in that ball game 6-4. Worked an inning and 2/3 in that game, allowing 2 hits and no runs, a couple of walks and 1 strikeout.
So Erik Hanson tonight goes the first 6 innings. Gives up 2 runs, 4 hits, struck out 3 and walked 2 while he was in there. Had no hits through 5, but gave up 2 runs, 4 hits in the 6th inning. Knocked out with that ball by John Jaha. Hit him in the knee. Stayed in the ball game, picked up the final out, getting Dave Nilsson to fly to left, but replaced by Cormier as the Brewers bat here in the 7th. Two-two ball game. Jeff Cirillo, who's 0 for 2 tonight. for 2 tonight, 0 for 5 for the series. Cormier catching the outside corner. Nothing's changed in the Bronx. The Yankees still have that 2-1 lead over Toronto. They are in the 5th at Yankee Stadium. Strike 2, 1-2.
Of course, Cormier in and out of the starting rotation this season, along with Zane Smith. Both guys now working out of the Red Sox bullpen. Vaughn Eshelman taking over as a starter, along with Mike Maddox. Red Sox with a lot of left-handers in their bullpen right now. And of course, there'll be some decisions on those left-handers once we get closer to the playoffs. Cormier, Gunderson, Zane Smith, Mike Stanton.
Cormier, for the most part, has been pretty impressive out of the bullpen this year. Cirillo grounds it to third, flagged down by Tim Nehring, makes the throw to Mo Vaughn. 1 out here in the Milwaukee 7th.
I kind of figured Kennedy would move to a left-hander if he needed a relief pitcher in this ball game. The Brewers, as I told you last night, have struggled against left-handed pitching this season. They are a much better ball club, much better hitting ball club against right-handers.
Cormier on here to work the 7th inning. Left-handed hitter David Holtz, the batter. He had 3 RBIs in the Brewers win out here on Monday. Sat last night with Vaughn Eshelman getting the start. Swings and misses at the first offering from Cormier. Ground ball foul, and Cormier has Holtz on his hip now. 0-2. Holtz spent the 1992 through last seasons with the Texas Rangers. Was a regular for Texas and Kevin Kennedy in '93, playing 114 games for the Rangers that year, getting 407 at bats. Hit .290. Looks at ball 1. He's now 27 years of age. Called strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Cormier.
David Holtz, who really doesn't get to see many left-handers. Taking a look at strike 3, fastball appeared to be right down the heart of the plate, about knee-high. I think maybe Holtz might have been a bit low, but not the case. Mike Riley calling the 3rd strike.
2 outs in the Brewers 7th inning. Mike Matheny, the catcher, looks at a called strike. Matheny opened last inning with that double over the head of Hosey in center field. That got the Brewers started. Led to a 2-run inning to tie the ball game, which is where we are right now. 2-2, top of the 7th. Ball and a strike now, the count of Matheny. Cool night here at Fenway. Crowd apprehensive after being in a very festive mood here the first part of the ball game. But it quieted, as Gary mentioned, since Milwaukee tied the score. 2-1 the count. Crowd in the mood to celebrate and afraid that maybe Milwaukee will spoil the celebration. Willie McGee with a long way to come, won't get there. It's a foul ball.
Well, that's exactly what Phil Garner said after that first win in the series. We don't want to watch the Red Sox celebrate. Nothing more frustrating for an opposing team and manager, coaches to sit in that dugout and watch opposing teams celebrate a division title or a pennant. I'd like to do their little part of beating the Red Sox here tonight and get out of town maybe before that Yankee game is over.
Garner's troops will be in Chicago tomorrow night for one of those one-game to jam it in the schedule to get it up to 144 games against the Chicago White Sox tomorrow before heading back to County Stadium. 2-2 pitch, nubbed foul down the first base line.
And let's hope that Phil Garner and Terry Bevington behave in that ball game tomorrow night. They certainly had their problems this season. Garner and Bevington going at each other on that third base area. Bevington serving a suspension. Garner also serving a suspension.
It'll be their last meeting of the season tomorrow night. The Brewers head home to close the season at County Stadium. Foul ball behind the plate. That'll be back on the screen. Baltimore, the Yankees in Boston visiting County Stadium on the last homestand. Sox there again for the final 4 games of the campaign. Two-two pitch here from Cormier, swinging and miss. He struck him out. So it's 7th inning stretch time here at Fenway Park. The Sox 2, the Brewers 2. Bottom half of the 7th inning here at Fenway Park. The Sox 2, the Brewers 2. Red Sox magic number again is 1. They win tonight, it's all over, and the Sox win the 1995 American League Eastern Division Championship. Getting any help from the Blue Jays tonight. Yankees still lead that ball game. Kansas City on top of the Twins in the 4th. Red Sox and Indians tied up in the 3rd inning. California losing its 7th straight this afternoon. Baltimore winning in Detroit. Later tonight, Texas plays at Seattle. And in the National League, Cincinnati a winner over Montreal 5-2. Battle for the wild card in the National League. Houston on top. The Fish lead the Phillies 2-1 in the 7th. That's up on the Braves. Cardinals beating up on the Pirates. Later tonight, Colorado at San Diego, and at Los Angeles, the Giants are in town. Luis Alicea leads off for the Red Sox against Scott Carl. First pitch, line drive, base hit, left field. Alicea rounds first and will put on the brakes. The leadoff single for Luis Alicea. That brings the crowd back to life here at Fenway Park.
No, that's all they needed. Somebody to get on base for the Red Sox. Alicea doing his part. Leadoff man getting on in the 7th. Alicea now 1 for 3 on the night with the hard line drive over the head of Jeff Cirillo at third base. Manager Phil Garner quickly out of the dugout and making a call to the bullpen. He's had a right-hander, Ron Reitnauer, loosening up for about an inning, and he's going to make the change right here. He wants to leave his rookie pitcher with a good feeling, and he should have one. He's pitched a fine ball game tonight.
The last pitch, the single by Alicea, the 100th throw in tonight by Scott Carl, did a fine job. So Scott Carl will work 6+ innings here in this ball game tonight. The Parts giving up 2 runs, 7 hits. He's responsible for Luis Alicea at first base. Carl struck out 2, walked 2. Wiggled his way out of a couple of jams, including one where the Red Sox loaded the bases with nobody out in the 5th inning. Carl got out of that inning, giving up just 1 run. He leaves this game 2-2. We'll take a break. Back with more Red Sox action from Fenway right after this. Back here at Fenway Park, a 2-2 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning. Luis Alicea at first base with nobody out. Bill Garner has gone to the bullpen and brought on the right-hander, Ron Reitnauer.
32nd appearance of the season for Reitnauer. A record of 2 wins and 1 loss, 5.91 ERA. 32 hits allowed in 32 innings. He struck out 19, walked 15. Opponents hitting .276 off the Brewer right-hander. He last worked in a game on last Friday against Toronto, an inning of 3rd in that ball game. This will be his first appearance ever against the Boston Red Sox.
One of the replacement players for the Brewers in spring training. And working here against the Red Sox at Fenway Park tonight, Dwayne Hosey will be the batter.
Number 46, Dwayne Hosey.
Crowd continues to roar here at Fenway as Hosey, who's 2 for 3 tonight, steps in, has a single, a double. He has scored both of Boston's runs. Squares to bunt, puts the bunt down. Right now, where will make the play, has just the one. That's the first base in time to get Hosey. Sacrifice 1-4, moves Alicea into scoring position.
Almost didn't get Hosey at first base, too. Nice job done by the Red Sox leadoff hitter. Perfect sacrifice bunt. Right now, I had a tough time getting this ball out of his glove, and Hosey almost beat it out at first base. Couldn't get the grip on it. A little stutter step. Finally, he gets it over to get the out.
Well, you never know it by watching him here on replay, but that's his first sacrifice bunt, I'm told, Jerry, since 1992.
Who, Hosey?
Yeah.
I guess in the minor leagues, they didn't ask him to sacrifice very often.
Well, he knows how to do it, though, doesn't he?
You better learn how to do it up here, though, and he certainly did that time.
John Valentin, the batter. Valentin in the air to center field. David Holt settles under it. Makes the catch. 2 gone. Crowd groans with the fly ball off the bat of Valentin. Now optimism renewed as Mo Vaughn comes to the plate.
I'm just going to bring Garner again out to have a conversation with right now. And here's where Canseco means so much to Vaughn. With the threat of Canseco, do they go ahead and pitch to Vaughn, try to make a good pitch? Canseco was not behind him. They may just go ahead, walk him, put him on base, and take the shot with the next guy.
Gardner made it quick, sprinted out to the mound, had a quick conversation, sprints back to the dugout.
The first baseman, number 42, Mo Vaughn.
Vaughn is 1 for 2 tonight, plus has been hit by a pitch, and they're not going to give him a chance to hit. They're going to walk him intentionally.
This is better off doing this for Garner than saying, okay, let's try to make this pitch on Vaughn. Don't give him anything good to hit. Let's try to work him off the plate. That's a tough thing to do to a young pitcher, and they're just going to go ahead, walk him, put him on first base, and take their chances with Canseco. Garner upset with his infielders. He's trying to get them to move over. They're going to be pitching Vaughn away, obviously intentionally walk. They want to just make sure he doesn't reach out, punch something to the left side of the infield. Finally, he gets his infielders to move. Phil's fired up for this one.
And ball 4 to Vaughn. Vaughn draws the intentional pass.
17th time for Mo Vaughn this season. You see him clapping his hands and giving Canseco some encouragement.
The designated hitter, number 33.
Crowd standing here at Fenway. If ever they've wanted to see Canseco hit one out, this is the spot. In for a called strike. Walked in the first inning, called out on strikes in the third. Forced Mo Vaughn out at second base in the 5th inning to pick up an RBI in the play when Hosey scored to give the Sox at the time a 2-0 lead. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaks the bat, shoots it up the middle, base hit. Alicea being waved home. Alicea will score on the play. The Red Sox take the lead, 3-2. RBI single for Jose Canseco. Tim Naring, the batter. Breaking ball misses. 1 ball, no strikes. On at second. Canseco at first with 2 outs. A big run in here in the bottom of the 7th. Was a called strike on Nehring, 1-1.
It's about as loud as we've heard Fenway Park all season long after that base hit by Canseco to give the Red Sox the 3-2 lead. Broken bat base hit.
Breaking ball, strike 2. Nice stop by Matheny. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A big block there by Matheny, the Brewers catcher. No advancement by Red Sox runners. Ball gets by him. 2 men get in the scoring position.
Low ball at second base. Jose Canseco at first. Two pitch to Tim Nehring is up high. Well, that means Vaughn will be off from second and Canseco from first. On the 3-2 pitch. Here's the payoff pitch from Reitnauer. Nehring swing up the middle, but played perfectly there by Vina. And Vina gets it over to Jaha in time for the final out of the inning. But the Sox get the big run to push ahead. They'll take a 3-2 lead to the 8th. Back here at Fenway Park, Red Sox have the 3-2 lead. Sox picked up the go-ahead run bottom half of the 7th inning on the broken bat single by Jose Canseco.
A couple of RBIs for Canseco in this ball game. Right back up the middle. You see the bat fly. The ball will go up the middle, and Alicea will come across to score to give the Red Sox the 3-2 lead. Fans were going crazy after this base hit by Canseco. Standing ovation. Alicea all fired up as he crosses home plate.
Number 8, the shortstop.
We'll see whether the Sox can get the final 6 outs they need to preserve the lead. Al Cormier continues on the mound. Canseco with the go-ahead RBI. Loretta, the number 9 hitter, who's 0 for 2 tonight, leads off for the Brewers here in the 8th inning. First ball hitting, rolls it to Mo Vaughn at first base. 5 outs to go. Cormier has retired all 4 Brewer hitters that he's faced.
Looks like Vina, the leadoff hitter, being called back by Phil Garner to that Milwaukee dugout. Did a number of right-handed hitters on the bench. Looks like it might be Matt Mieske getting the call.
Still waiting for him to be announced into the ball game. Mieske has started the first 2 games of the series in right field. And Mieske now comes on to pinch hit for the Brewers here in the 8th.
For the Brewers, number 30, Matt Mieske.
Mieske, a .258 hitter on the year, has 11 homers and 44 runs batted in.
Left and right-handed action in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Mike Stanton, a left-hander, has been loosening up, along with, I think it's Joe Hudson, the right-hander. These Red Sox make it here through the 8th. Go left and right if you need to. Then, of course, Aguilera would be on in the 9th.
Mieske, who was 1 for 4 in the ball game last night, steps in. Cormier's first pitch missing away, 1 ball to no strikes. Mieske had 3 hits in the series opener on Monday. Drives this one to left. Mike Greenwell goes over, runs it down, just shy of the warning track. Whiskey hit the ball pretty well, but the Gator scoots over in left field to make the catch. 2 up and 2 gone. Well, the Red Sox now 4 outs away from the Eastern Division Championship.
Kevin Seitzer.
Base is empty. 2 outs for Milwaukee here in the 8th inning. Here's Kevin Seitzer, who has gone 1 for 2 tonight, plus a walk. Tripled his last at bat. Drove in the Brewers' first run, then scored the tying run in the 6th inning. Two balls, no strikes. Popped up. Tim Naring with the call at third base. Makes the catch, and the Brewers go 1-2-3 against Riel Cormier here at the top of the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Sox lead the Brewers 3-2.
This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox and Major League Baseball is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pitches, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox and Major League Baseball is prohibited.
Now playing shortstop.
The Red Sox come to bat here, bottom half of the 8th inning. Trying to add to a 3-2 advantage over the Milwaukee Brewers. Some defensive changes for Milwaukee. Benia pinch hit for the second baseman. Mark Loretta moves over from shortstop to take his spot, and Pat Listash goes in to play shortstop for Milwaukee.
Number 39.
Now the Sox 3, the Brewers 2. Mike Greenwell leads off here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Gator is 0 for 3 tonight. The Red Sox 3 outs away from the Eastern Division title. Milwaukee sending up Surhoff, Jaha, and Nilsson in the 9th inning. Greenwell, after the first pitch, pops it up on the infield. Jeff Cirillo at third base will make the catch, 1 out.
Take a peek down at that Red Sox bullpen, and we can show you who's going to be in the pitch the 9th inning for the Red Sox. Rick Aguilera loosening up.
Number 51, Willie McGee.
One out here, bottom of the 8th. Willie McGee, who's 1 for 3 tonight. McGee looks at a called strike. Oh, and 2. McGee rolls it right side. There's the flip by Loretta, not in time. Willie McGee with an infield single, his second infield single of the night.
Loretta just moving to second base, tries to flip the ball right out of his glove. It was almost like a changeup, though, that he flipped over to John Jaha at first base. Didn't quite get it there in time. Jaha really not putting much of a stretch on it. I think he anticipated getting a fairly routine out against McGee. Willie beats it out.
And McGee is 2 for 4 tonight. The Red Sox pick up their 9th hit. McGee at first with 1 out here, bottom of the 8th inning. Mike McFarland at the plate. On right now are the second pitcher to work for the Brewers tonight. McFarland laces it to center field. David Holtz scoots over in right center, makes the catch, and that'll send Willie McGee back to first base.
Number 10, second baseman, Luis Alisea.
Number 9 hitter Luis Alisea, a hero, as he led off last inning with a single to left, scored the go-ahead run. Alicea led with a single. Dwayne Hosey sacrificed him to second, and then after John Valentin flied to center and Mo Vaughn was intentionally walked, Jose Canseco came up with a broken bat single to give the Sox the lead. Alicea skies this one to left field. B.J. Surhoff will have to battle the crowd over there. Didn't really have a chance back into the crowd. A long strike for Alicea. Sox trying to wrap up the Eastern Division title on this, the 20th of September. Give them about 10 days to enjoy things and look ahead to the playoffs. Runner goes. Alicea pops it foul back behind the plate. Matheny discards the mask, comes back, and can't make the catch. Hits the wire, I believe. The wire holding up the screen is what I think the baseball hit. Two strikes on Alicea.
He's going to go back as far as he can go, put the glove out, but the ball's not going to be there. I think you're right. It did hit that wire and then bounced somewhere. I don't know if it went in the stands or back on the field of play, but regardless, not the third out of the inning.
Jaha holds with McGee at first. Two strikes the count on Luis Alicea. Time called by plate umpire Mike Riley. One ball, two strikes. Swing and a miss. Alicea goes down on strikes. So we go to the top of the ninth inning. The Red Sox lead Milwaukee 3-2. Back here for the top half of the ninth inning. 32,653 on hand here at Fenway Park tonight as the Red Sox try and close out the Brewers and wrap up the 1995 American League Eastern Division Championship. With that in mind, the call has gone to the bullpen, and Rick Aguilera comes on to try and snuff out the Brew Crew.
30 saves on the season for Aguilera. Picked up one last night, pitching a perfect ninth inning for his 30th save. Fifth time in his career he has had a 30-save season. Number 18 overall with the Red Sox since joining this ball club.
Aguilera, of course, has been through all of this before with the 1991 world champion Minnesota Twins. They won the Western Division title, beat the Blue Jays in the American League Championship Series, and then played one of the greatest World Series ever against the Atlanta Braves, winning in 7 games.
He's going to have to face the meat of the order here for the Milwaukee Brewers. Surhoff, Jaha, and Nielsen.
Number 5, left fielder, B.J. Surhoff.
Surhoff has gone 1 for 3 tonight, an RBI single to tie the ball game back in the 6th inning. Surhoff looks at ball 1. Foul back, a ball and a strike. Aguilera, third pitcher to work for the Sox tonight. Erik Hanson working the first 6. Riel Cormier the 7th and 8th. Aguilera on here in the 9th inning. 2 balls and a strike to count on Surhoff. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Champagne has been on ice in the Red Sox clubhouse for some time.
Everybody deep in the outfield for the Red Sox. McGee, Hosey, Greenwell, everybody trying to prevent the extra base hit. Happy to give up the single if there's going to be one, but not the double. Try not to allow a man in the scoring position. It's about as deep as they're going to get in this ballpark.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Left center field coming on is Hosey. Hosey with the call makes the catch. The Red Sox 2 outs away.
The first baseman, number 32, John Jaha.
DJ Surhoff disposed of. Here's John Jaha. Fastball is up high. Ball to strike. Everybody inching forward right to the edge of their seats here at Fenway. Fly ball, center field. Dwayne Hosey, shy of the warning track, makes the catch. 1 out to go. Nelson's the batter. 1 ball, no strikes. All
of a sudden we got 34,000 umpires here at Fenway Park.
3 balls, no strikes.
These Aguilera staying away from the power hitters on this Milwaukee ball club. They're going to hit the long fly ball. Wants to try to make them use the big part of the ballpark.
There's a called strike. Nilsson were to reach. Jeff Cirillo due up next. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. The Red Sox are Eastern Division champs.
Thanks, Debbie.
This was a hard-fought couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think the intensity in New York was down, but obviously once we got that magic number down to 2 or 3, especially tonight, the intensity was extremely high. I think you can see the emotions of these guys. They deserve it. You appreciate the fans. We got a sellout tonight, and this is what I wanted to see here in Boston.
What's the condition of Erik Hanson? He pitched a phenomenal game. 5 hitless innings. Is he okay?
He's all right. He got hit just above the kneecap. It got muscle, so that's what I was concerned about. Obviously, we want him for the playoffs, and it got muscle, so he's going to be okay. A little bit stiff, but I think it's something he can get through tonight.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's Debbie Robleski of Nesson down there with Kevin Kennedy, obviously very happy and very relieved. I don't know why I felt so nervous here in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings tonight, Jerry, because this is really a foregone conclusion. But it's really fun to be a part of it. Very exciting tonight here in Fenway.
Well, it was nice, Bob, for the Red Sox to have it happen here at Fenway Park. We talked about it in the open. It kind of gained momentum as the week went on, and the full house here at Fenway Park tonight, they were in every single pitch the last couple of innings, and it was really nice to see this team get a chance to celebrate in the infield in front of a full house here at Fenway Park. The fans certainly deserve it. They have been supportive of this ball club all season long, and as you mentioned around baseball, there's been some problems, but not here in Boston.
Now Boston's got a big crowd tonight of 32,653, just shy of the 2 million mark now in home attendance, and the Sox will go over the 2 million mark next home date against the Toronto Blue Jays here on Friday night. But just a great feeling all summer long here in New England. It began 5 months ago with a 9-0 win over the Minnesota Twins on opening day. It winds up tonight, Red Sox winning the American League Eastern Division title. Erik Hanson standing by with Debbie Robleski. Debbie?
Thank you. Erik, I think the crowd says it all. How do you feel right now?
I tell you, Debbie, it's the best feeling in the whole world to be here winning in Boston. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I've been playing 9 years in pro ball and haven't had a chance to pitch a game like this. It was real exciting, and boy, we got a good team here. I hope we can go all the way.
The wild card, the playoffs, how exciting. Who do you want to face next? Are you thinking ahead to the next couple of weeks?
We don't even worry about that. We got some partying to do tonight. We got an off day tomorrow, and then then we'll take Toronto when they come into town and try to get started for the playoffs.
And how do you feel? Is your knee okay?
My knee will be all right. I'll be a little sore when I wake up, but it's not going to stop me from getting a good 18 holes in tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
Congratulations. Let's go back upstairs.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. Well, we got the new Red Sox T-shirts, Jerry, are already out. They've passed them up to us here in the broadcast booth where it says, what, the leaves may fall, but we didn't in 1995. There is the front side of the shirt. And on the back, it says, going for it all. Now, the Red Sox already have the apparel out as they win the American League's Eastern Division
I
Championship.
imagine those are selling pretty well tonight around the ballpark here at Fenway. The mobile extra mile play of the game, the base hit by Jose Canseco to give the Red Sox the 3-2 lead. Canseco had 2 RBI tonight, and what turned out to be a very nice ball game here at Fenway Park in front of a full house. Mobile goes the extra mile for you.
So the Red Sox win the Eastern Division Championship. Canseco comes through with the hit. Sox win it by a score of 3-2. We'll be back with more from Fenway Park right after this.
So it is done, the first step toward ending a long World Championship drought. And hey, let's face it, winning a division title is important primarily because it gives you your shot at the big one. And the Red Sox win it over the Milwaukee Brewers. 3-2 is our final score at Fenway Park tonight. The Red Sox finally clinch the East Division Championship. Red Sox instant replay tonight on NESN. I'm Tom Larson. Over the next few minutes, we will update all of baseball tonight, including the highlights of our ball game from Fenway, others from the Jays and the Yankees, although at this point, who cares? And all of the rest of the scores as well. First of all, tonight's New England Toyota player of the game, Jose Canseco, who had 2 RBI, including the game winner, which wasn't exactly what you think of when you have Jose Canseco in mind. It was a broken bat kind of a thing that got into the outfield, and the winning run scored, and the Red Sox end up winning the ball game 3-2. Quickly back upstairs now to Bob and Jerry.
I'll tell you, it's great. This team deserves it. It's been a great year, and we want to continue to go on. We want some more celebrations. This is great.
You were here in '86. How is this for excitement and the fans?
Well, they're always exciting, but, you know, it's great to see the fan support. It's been great this year, and especially when people weren't picking us to do anything. And we just believed in ourselves, and it's happening. So we're ready for the playoffs. We want to do something great.
Okay, congratulations. Thanks. Jose Canseco. The Red Sox used 53 different players. Everybody, every night it was somebody different. Congratulations.
Only 53 players? I'm telling you, the combination this year has been incredible. I mean, we've gone through so many things. We've had a few of our starting players, whether it was pitching or position players, out for a while. Kevin kept everybody together, kept everybody strong, kept everybody positive. And, I mean, we pulled it through. I mean, we believed in ourselves. Even though in the beginning of spring training, everyone thought we were going to come in 3rd or 4th in our division. I mean, we just believed in ourselves and kept fighting.
You've won the division before. You've been in the World Series. But is there anything like Fenway Park with the way the fans are right now?
I'll tell you, it's electric right now. It's exciting. This place is sold. You just look at the people. They've been waiting for this for such a long time. And we just need the fans to be behind us and stay positive. And we're going to pull this thing through.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Let's go back upstairs.
Now the Red Sox winning the 1995 American League Eastern Division title. Mike Greenwell been around for 1986, 1988, 1990. So this is the Sox actually 4th Eastern Division championship during the last 10 years.
Nice touch here by the Red Sox players going all around Fenway Park, third base side, left field line, bleachers, and giving some shirts, some T-shirts, some caps away to the fans. Interacting with the fans. I think it's a great thing that the players have done this. Great thing for the fans. And I'll tell you, Bob, it's been a fun season up to this point for this ball club. As Greenwell mentioned, 4th. A lot of people picked this team 4th, and all of a sudden here they are. So it's the first step. There's a couple more steps to go.
Great summer of baseball here. 1995 here in Boston. Debbie Robleski still standing downstairs. We're still going to bring some more Red Sox players to you. Jose Canseco had the game-winning hit tonight. But what a season, Jerry. 53 players, 26 pitchers. Who'd have thunk?
I think that was the appealing thing to the fans, too. They had to get to know a lot of these players. You had guys like Mo Vaughn, obviously, who people are very happy to see here at Fenway Park. But there are a number of new faces they had to get used to. And I think that's one of the reasons this team is so popular.
Celebration continues here at Fenway Park. Debbie Robleski still right in the middle of things down there. Red Sox with that win over the Twins on opening day. They got off to another hot start this year. Had a couple of great trips on the West Coast. And, of course, the month of August is when they blew it open, when they went 23-7. Tim Naring has had a sensational year for the Red Sox. Over 300 since opening day. And he is Debbie Robleski's guest. Debbie, take it away.
Back in '90, I was on a DL, and I played about 35 games with the team. But, you just don't feel a part when you're on a disabled list. And, it's been a long road. Everybody thought we were going to finish towards the end. And it makes all those tough days and tough nights that much easier to accept and see something like this. No better time to play in right now. It's the greatest ever.
Hopefully you can take this momentum into the playoffs.
That's what everybody's saying. This is the first step. We got a lot more to come, but we can do it. There's no doubt we can do it.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Woo! Look at Cowboy Johnny Pesky down there.
How you doing, Dad?
Hey, how are you, John?
All right. Having a great time.
I know you.
This is what it's all about right here. This is fantastic. You got a question?
I sure do. I have a bunch of questions. How exciting is it knowing that 53 different players were used and it was somebody different every night to win this division?
53 damn good players. Damn good players. It doesn't matter who's out there. It doesn't matter. This is the year. Woo! Atta baby!
Thank you.
Everybody happy here at Fenway Park tonight. Red Sox win it by a score of 3-2. Mike Greenwell riding the horse. And the Red Sox have won the 1995 American League Eastern Division Championship. With that, we'll send it back to Tom Larson. Tom?
All right, Bob. Everybody in the ball club, it appeared, doing a yaz, if you will, making that circle around Fenway Park. Very well-behaved crowd. Won't you agree? Enjoying the moment, but enjoying it the way that it really ought to be done. There is a police presence, as you can see on the field. This Dwayne Hosey fella appears to be another of those who's he guys for the Sox that we will remember. Double to lead the first and then scores on John Valentin's infield out after advancing to third on an error on a pickoff try. Sox lead 1-0. Erik Hanson making it look like, well, one might be all he'd need. The only thing even resembling a base hit in the first 5 innings was David Hulse's ground ball to Luis Alicea in the 5th. It was close, but he was out. The Sox took the lead to 2 in the bottom of the inning, loaded the bases, nobody out. Hosey scoring on Jose's fielder's choice. The no-no and the shutout both go away in the Milwaukee 6th. Mike Matheny starts the inning with a double. 3 hitters later scored on Kevin Seitzer's triple. Seitzer then scored on B.J. Surhoff's double that tied the game at 2 apiece. Red Sox threat in the 7th. Intentional walk to Mo sets up Canseco for his hero shot. Runners at first and second, 2 down. The game tied 2-all.
Breaks the bat, shoots it up the middle. Base hit. Alicea being waved home. Alicea will score on the play. The Red Sox take the lead, 3-2.
A lead they took to the 9th. 3 outs to go for Rick Aguilera. Got Surhoff on a fly to center. John Jaha to the warning track in right. And then 3-2, and the crowd going absolutely bonkers.
The Red Sox are Eastern Division champs.
And that is the way it ended at Fenway Park as the Red Sox become the East Division champs. We'll be back with more Red Sox Instant Replay right after this. So a rather momentous evening of baseball at Fenway Park. The Red Sox wrapping up the division title with about a week and a half still to play in the season. The crowd appeared to have come through the gates sensing a clinching situation. Bob and Jerry, I guess that this probably surpasses that. Oh, we're going back, all right, to Debbie Robleski and Dan Duquette. Deb?
Dan Duquette is definitely the person that's mastered all the moves, picking up Tim Wakefield and 52 other guys. Dan, congratulations.
Yeah, it was a great start to the next ring. You know, we had 11 games, magic number. We got 11 more to go. We got 3 in the playoffs, 4 in the ALCS, and 4 in the World Series. These guys deserve a lot of credit. Kevin Kennedy did a great job every step of the way. He made all the players feel comfortable. And then, of course, Vaughn and Valentin every day and day out did their job. And we got great work from Wakefield and Hanson. They really picked us up.
You're a Dalton, Massachusetts native. This has to be a dream come true for you.
Well, it's a lot of fun. I hope it's the first of many titles we have here.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Dan. Congratulations.
Well, I think, you know, that's all that counts, you know. It's where you are and your home city, you know. And that MVP is nice, you know, and if I got a chance to win it, that's good. But, you know, for the people here, that's what I want. You know, that's what I produced for. I hope to be here.
It's been a long couple of weeks, and how special is it right now, and how are you guys feeling?
It is. It's great. You know, we wanted to do this. We knew we were going to do it. And, you know, it's finally happened. You know, it seemed like it took so long because we were up by so many games, but we just stuck in there and hung with it, and now we're here. You know, we got some time to get some rest and get ready for the playoffs.
Hopefully this momentum will carry into the next few weeks.
Definitely it'll carry, you know. That's a big load off your back, you know. Now you can go out there and just have some fun and get your team going the way you want to get it going and just ride into the playoffs sharp.
Thank you very much, Movan. Let's go back upstairs.
It's always sweet when you're on that horse. That means these guys have been real generous coming out here when they come out with the horses. Makes it a lot more exciting. And for good luck, you know, you got to get the other guys up there too. Hopefully they bring a lot of good luck to us. And the bottom line is the big man in the sky is going to give us one more shot at it, so we need to take advantage of it.
What does this mean to you, and how can you finally break the curse of the Bambino, the dreaded question?
There's nobody here that knows anything about that curse, and we're not worried about that. We're worried about winning. And again, we've had a good year. We've had a great year, and we want to make it the year, not only for us, but the city.
The fans, I mean, you can see everybody, and you've heard everybody. How exciting is it to be a part of this again?
Well, it's exciting right now, and like I said, we'll enjoy this tonight and tomorrow, and we'll get back to business and focus on what's at hand.
Congratulations, Roger. Thank you. A part of this right now.
I tell you what, this is so exciting. It's unbelievable. It's great to be down in the dumps and then come to a championship team and be doing it and contributing as much as I can to this club. It's outstanding, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
How does this compare to Pittsburgh?
This is about the same, but I tell you what, I have to say this is a little bit better. This is an unbelievable feeling right now. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
How can you carry this momentum into the playoffs in the next few weeks?
We'll have to see what happens. You know, everyone's pumped and everyone's ready to go, and we'll see what happens when the playoffs start.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Debbie.
Well, what a night tonight here at Fenway Park. We're standing here upstairs in the broadcast booth, Jerry, just sort of looking down, seeing everything going on down there. Timmy Naring walked over, gave us the thumbs up.
It's been a great night, Bob. I tell you, the players had a lot of fun with this. Everybody got up on the horse. Even Johnny Pesky was up there for a long time, really enjoying the moment. I think probably the biggest ovation was when Mo Vaughn got up on the horse and the fans started to chant MVP, MVP. And now the celebration will continue in the Red Sox clubhouse. You know what the good news is? They have an off day tomorrow.
What do you see now in the days ahead as you get ready for the postseason?
Everything, the plastic drape there in the clubhouse. It's been a long time coming. It's amazing. Dragging it out as long as the Red Sox did, it really added to the excitement here at Fenway Park. Rather than doing it on the road, they were able to do it in front of the fans here at Fenway.
Well, every night you can see the crowd increase here at Fenway Park. More and more people in the ballpark. And tonight they came fired up, ready for this ball game. And the Red Sox jumped out quickly, 1-0. It was scary for a while, but Canseco got the base hit. And now this part of it's over. This stage is over. Now they can focus in on getting through the rest of the series.
Series the next week and a half and then getting ready for the playoffs, and they get some time to rest some people, get the pitching rotation the way they want it. That's one of the advantages of clearing it up early.
Well, the Red Sox are the 1995 American League Eastern Division champions. They win tonight over Milwaukee 3-2. Back to you, Tom.
All right, Bob, thank you. Geez, you get a new hat, and all of a sudden somebody drenches it with champagne. But this ball club obviously wanting to share this East Division championship with the fans at Fenway Park. And this was something that Bob and Jerry both told me that they could see coming back at the time when the Red Sox won the Mayor's Cup against the Minnesota Twins back in Fort Myers, Florida. We'll be back with more on Red Sox Instant Replay right after this. And that is Red Sox Instant Replay for another night. I'm Tom Larson. Final score at Fenway Park, the Boston Red Sox 3, the Milwaukee Brewers 2, the Sox East Division champs. On Friday night at 10:30, Dale Arnold, Gord Kluzak, and Brenda Brennan will be along with another Bruins preseason game live from the Pond in Anaheim. They take on those Mighty Ducks. Broadcast time 10:30. This has been an exclusive presentation of NESN, your New England Sports Network, your ticket to Boston Red Sox baseball.